George Saint Pierre came on my show and said, Chris Weidman is not only going to beat Anderson Silva, he's going to finish Anderson Silva.
Tomorrow, McGregor versus Diaz, the odds are even. I'm picking Diaz.
McGregor.
Oh,
McGregor can beat him if he prepare for the worst day of his life.
I feel like she's gonna try and keep distance and keep far away from me and get me frustrated into a point I'll make a mistake and she can try and kick me in the head, but it's not gonna go like that.
McGregor or Alvarez?
I'm gonna go for McGregor. I want McGregor. Yeah, McGregor is my boy. But I like Alvarez. But if Alvarez follow his game, he's smart and he fight well, he might win. But I think he's gonna be taking out of his game plan by trying to knock him out. And McGregor is very precise. I think McGregor.
I feel end next year, and I don't know why. I keep getting this strong feeling it's gonna be me, and if Robert can hold on to the belt, it'll be me and him. Spark Arena. I just feel it. Even chills right now when I say it. I've seen it, and I can see it happening end of next year.
I said his right hand would get him into trouble. It's the shot I predicted. I said he'd overload on his right hand. I said I'd slip. I said I'd bang the left hook, and that's what happened. If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
This is something that I've practiced this in my head a lot. It just by accident, and now it's happening. It's kind of like.
Hello. For me, one of the most fascinating things about the fight game is that when a fighter confidently feels something and they express that, you feel a genuine intention towards that direction. It's strange how time to time, just like magic, it happens just like that. It's not that it came from a delusionally high spirit or an overly negative, pessimistic spirit, but it was extracted as a cause and effect feeling seen in their mind. For the fighter, regardless of what anyone else thought, to them, when they thought about it, reflected on it, it just made sense. It just looked real. It wasn't forced, instead it just felt right. The decision, the intention, it had an air of peace to it, as if it was destined to happen so as long as action was taken towards that direction. Confucius, those who think they can and those who think they can't are both usually right. This is something I live by, but for me, it only works if it makes sense and feels right to our inner world. It's actually really hard to lie to ourselves. We know when someone else is compensating because they are trying way too hard. Many of us have seen and felt this in ourselves, trying to impress a girl and instantly she knew right away too. It wasn't natural because it wasn't just us trying to convince the world, more so, it was us trying to convince ourselves. When we embrace the truth, as painful as that may be, it creates a rock-solid foundation from which you may feel out and reason cause and effect relationships towards a new paradigm or different paradigm of existence. Authentic martial arts have one real teacher. It is pain. Pain is the teacher, quickly smashed under that trial and error furnace. You find out what is real and what is not very quickly. Thus, to me, if the formulas are always consistent despite the variables always being different, the arena is perhaps one of the truest microcosms of life permissible in civilized society. With it, I've seen Daniel Cormier leverage this understanding.
So do not think you're gonna kick me with the left foot in the head,
Conor McGregor, through reflection, visualization, and hard work, forged his reality through the same parallels I've described, even when the whole world thought he was crazy, insane. He used the law of attraction to gain these understandings, this confidence. Israel Adesanya, he's consistently gone so precise that, as mixed Mali Wapri would say, he would ask Adesanya for the lottery ticket numbers if he ever made some. Adesanya predicting the time and opponent before he held the belt and predicting his rise in the UFC despite being a kickboxer. And to me, when he said he doesn't feel ready to fight John Jones, but he will once he learns the game a bit more, I felt a very lucid, a very sane individual. As brash or as arrogant as it may seem, there was humility in that. He speaks bold, but he always speaks what feels right to him, real to him, and quite frankly, if you truly listen to the man, he's very grounded, lucid in his way of thinking despite being very confident and bold. He doesn't deliberately talk others down. He is simply confident, which might be at times perceived as talking his opponents down. In truth, they are very different things, even if they're easily confused. Jorge Masvidal, after spending time away from the sport, reflecting on his demons, the truths of his inner world, bringing his mind grounded peace, he ends up one of the biggest stars in the UFC. To me, the philosophy has always been, pain unveils the truth. The more you're willing to embrace pain, whether it be the outer world or your inner world, the more you're able to salvage the truth, thus naturally leverage the tangible variables of reality to your advantage. I'm a strong believer in that our attitude, our mentality, our core beliefs are what shape our decisions and reactions. Thus, what we put into the world will, in turn, shape what the world gives back to us. Bad things and good things will always happen, but our attitude and reaction to those things will shape what will consistently happen next, with here and there a wrench tossed to test your vision of reality.
As consistent as the physics of this reality may be, when you come to realize that your inner world shapes your outer world, you begin to see that everywhere.
If you like more from me, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did. It truly does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma, and until next time, peace.